Imagine waking up in a hospital and being told you've been asleep for 4 days. You don't remember lying down. You don't remember dreaming. You don't even remember being sick. Now imagine this wasn't just you. An entire town started falling asleep the same way. This really happened, and for years, no one could explain why. In the early 2000s, a quiet rural village in northeast Kazakhstan became known for something terrifying. People began collapsing into deep, uncontrollable sleep. They slept for days, sometimes longer. Doctors were confused, authorities were alarmed, and rumors began to spread. This is the true story of Kalachi, the town that fell asleep. The first known case happened in April 2010. A middle-aged woman named Lubov Belkova was working at a local market when she was suddenly overwhelmed by exhaustion. Not tiredness, not dizziness, a crushing, irresistible need to sleep. She collapsed. 4 days later, she woke up in a hospital bed. Doctors told her she'd suffered a stroke, but she hadn't, because soon it happened again, to others. More villagers began showing the same symptoms: slurred speech, loss of balance, double vision. Then, sleep. Some people slept for 2 days, others for 4, a few for nearly a week. They woke up briefly, only to eat or use the bathroom, then slipped right back into unconsciousness. Worst of all, when they finally woke up, they had no memory of the episode at all. At one point, 5 women collapsed at the same time. Children reported hallucinations. One child described seeing things that weren't there. Even animals were affected. A cat reportedly began behaving strangely, then fell asleep and started snoring. The town earned a new nickname, Sleepy Hollow. By now, panic had set in. Was it poisoned alcohol? Drugs? A virus? Some villagers believed it was a government experiment. Others feared it was contagious. Doctors tested blood. Authorities searched homes. Environmental teams scanned the area. Nothing made sense. Then attention turned to something nearby, something abandoned. Just a few kilometers away stood old uranium mines. Once active during the Soviet era, they had been abandoned in the early 1990s. A neighboring town, Krasnogorsk, had once housed the miners. By this time, Krasnogorsk was almost empty, a ghost town, and its remaining residents were experiencing the same sleeping sickness. Radiation was the obvious suspect, but tests showed radiation levels were too low, and radiation poisoning doesn't cause people to fall asleep for days. Once again, a dead end. The breakthrough came years later, around 2015. Medical exams revealed something crucial. The problem wasn't radiation, it was air, specifically carbon monoxide and other gases leaking from the abandoned mines. Carbon monoxide binds to blood 200 times more strongly than oxygen. When oxygen levels drop, the brain begins to shut down. The result? Extreme fatigue, loss of consciousness, prolonged sleep. Officials announced that gas buildup from the old mines was slowly poisoning the towns. The mystery, finally, had an explanation. But not everyone was convinced. The mines had been closed for decades. Carbon monoxide usually comes from combustion. So why now? Why here? Why for years? Some scientists suggested other gases, like carbon dioxide, may also have played a role. Even today, questions remain. What is clear is this: more than 140 cases were officially recorded. Some people fell asleep multiple times. Eventually, authorities evacuated the remaining residents. Kalachi was left behind. Today, Kalachi stands as a reminder. Not all dangers are visible. Not all mysteries come from myths or monsters. Sometimes the most terrifying threats are silent, odorless, and hidden underground, and for years they put an entire town to sleep.